Okay, and welcome back to another episode of the Saucy Boys podcast. I go by the name of Chaco,
Michael Stokes, baby.
and we are back for another episode. So, this week I am the bearer, Bevy, and since we haven't had a brewski in a while, it's been a minute, right? It's been
About a month, I think.
Been a few episodes.
Yeah.
So I decided to go with something a little bit more summery. I'm not really a beer person, but this really caught my eye, and I want to see how strawberry it tastes, I guess. But yeah, so I just quick little brewski. But yeah, so
From the Karbach Brewing Company.
Yeah, from Karbach. So this is the Strawberry Fields. It is a strawberry blonde. So I'm not too much of a beer person, so I really wouldn't know. Mike has a preference. He was excited because it's a blonde.
You got a blonde.
Like an IPA.
I like blondes.
Okay. So, but yeah. So now we're just going to go ahead and move into this, crack into it, see how it tastes, see if this is a bevy that we can add to the summer list of delicious drinks to enjoy by the poolside. So
Get some good old ASMR.
Let's get that shit in there. Ooh. I can fuck with it.
That right there is pool approved.
Pool approved.
Yes.
Damn, I can't even speak English today. It's been a rough day.
It has. I want to be in a pool with one of these in my hand, just wading in it because I don't swim. Just wading in that water,
Wade.
getting it in me, getting it on me. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm not really much of a beer person, as y'all know, but it's very light.
That's what you need.
And refreshing.
That's what you need. That allows you to keep going.
It's a hint of strawberry. I can taste it just a little bit.
Yeah, it's quite refreshing.
I wonder if there's like a description on here. Is it on the can? I think it's on the can.
There we go. We're on a trip down to strawberry fields where the flavor is real. And by real, we mean it's real good. Escape the strawberry fields forever with this light-bodied blonde ale that celebrates the bright aromas and sweetness of sun-ripened strawberries, complemented by mild malty notes. I don't even taste the malty notes. There's nothing to get hung up about here when enjoying a strawberry blonde.
Well, it's nice. I like it. I might, if I do decide to dabble in some brewskis, it's probably gonna be my go-to, for these hot summer days.
But is it a seasonal? I'm assuming it's seasonal because I don't think I've seen this.
I got the secret shit.
This nigga right here.
But yeah, yeah. So I mean, just it's been one of those weeks already. I mean, we're early in the week, but it just thing upon thing upon thing, and you just kind of gotta shovel through the shit. And we're here.
It just, you drop a pod, the next thing you know, it's like, fuck, it's the next Tuesday already.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got to put stuff out. I know personally in my life, things I've been going through, I'll let y'all in on some secrets. Been looking for a new job or whatnot. I know a whole year ago, I was on here celebrating the fact that the job that I'm at is really nice. But hey, your boy's looking for the pay increase. You diggy? And I do have an offer already on the table. They want me to start at the end of this month, but I got my fingers crossed for two other things. But when you're doing it, you kind of just like lose track because you're sitting here doing like research on all the places you're trying to fucking go work at and all these other things. And man, I just I started to get this list of like pet peeves. Like I hate those fucking generic questions that they ask you in these interviews. Like, oh, so tell me of a time that you handled a negative experience at your job and shit. Like, come on, man. Or
it's like we're just gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Or they're like, what? So what makes you interested in us? Like bitch, because y'all pay more. Like, what the fuck? Come on, man.
Money, nigga.
You pay more.
Yeah. I mean, that's a bit. You know what? Every time I think about like interviews and shit, I think about the time when I did an interview at Best Buy, and I bombed that shit.
Good old Best Buy.
It's funny. Like I didn't get hired at Best Buy. I feel like everybody back in the day, like that was an easy job to get into. They was just picking niggas up left and right. My ass, I bombed the interview. I bombed it.
I think we discussed this before, but me and one of my friends from high school both went and applied to this place called Garden Ridge. It's out of business, but Garden Ridge was like, it got bought by At Home, but that's the best thing I can describe it as. It was like a local version of At Home, not a franchise. And we both applied the same fucking day, and they called him back the next day and didn't call me back. And it pissed me off. We both had no working experience or anything.
Yeah. I totally fucked that interview, but it's all good. It is what it is. I'm at where I'm at now, so I'm good. I've been redoing my my resume. So for my thing, it's a little bit different. I have to update like my editor's reel and stuff like that. So whenever I do submit an application, it's like it's there for them to see, and it's one of those things where it's either like, oh, we like how he edits, so we'll pick him up, and then if they don't, like, oh, fuck off. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm trying to pick up more video stuff because I'm really serious about stepping back into doing more video production and stuff like that. I like the DJ thing. It's cool, but I feel like I could be more expressive with this, and then just to be able to combine the two would be really dope. So yeah. But it's just like stacking money aside to pay for, camera equipment, because that shit ain't cheap.
No, it's not.
Talking about $3,000 for a camera body, and that's not even lenses, tripods, and yeah, it's a shit ton of stuff. So
I was thinking about getting a GoPro.
Yeah,
just as like a starter.
I would do like a DJI or something like that. So like the little pocket like I have right there. Like that thing's good. I mean, GoPros are still dope too. They have some other like smaller cameras, like action cameras and shit that you can get, like different brands. I think that's the cool thing now, because like whenever shit really popped off with GoPro, that was like the only one. Yeah. Like people swore up and down by it, but now there's so many companies that put out like little Go cams that are actually like really good. So but yeah,
over the market.
Just stepping into that. Like, we want to switch things up a little bit, and then talking about switching things up. Come August, we have to move locations for the pod, and we're thinking about doing a format switch of the show, just to make it a little bit more interactive for the viewers, and a little bit more interesting for us doing this, because we don't want it to just be talking heads, or like if you're listening, it's just like, oh, these niggas are just chilling, drinking, and talking shit. So we want to make it a little bit more interesting for y'all.
And so what we were thinking about is, we've been confined to like a studio space for going on a year and a half now, maybe a little bit more than that. So we think it's probably time that we bring the podcast to you.
It's time to hit the road, baby. Packing up all this shit and we moving around the city. So yeah, initially what we want to do is to make it more interactive and to have more people involved. And I mean, that way too, it'll be easier to have more guests on the show, or just like random people pop up and give their opinions on things. So what we're planning on doing is taking the pod to different venues that we go to, whether it's a bar or a lounge, or if it's me setting up before a gig, like we have some time, we'll knock out a show and we'll put it up. And also we wanted to kind of reduce the amount of times that we record the show, and just give y'all like 2 episodes a month. Yeah. So that way, if you do have trouble following along weekly, you'll be able to keep track of it more.
Exactly. Also, you'd probably covet the episodes more. That's my opinion, is like, you'll probably covet it more because it's going to be 2 weeks, every 2 weeks instead of every week. So you get 2 weeks to enjoy a full episode, and then, the next one drops and you get another 2 weeks, and we go from there. But also we'll be able to put a lot more TLC into each of these episodes as we create the content for you guys.
Yeah, we want to bring more shit to y'all and make it more informative and make it more for y'all to like. So, if you're not from San Antonio and you come down here and you listen to the podcast, it's like you'll kind of have a grip or an idea on, what spots to go to for like the best this or that, whether it comes to food or, beverages. And I mean, it's not necessarily like a food and beverage podcast, but it's just us, talking about, pop culture, current events and shit like that, but also over trying out different bevies and doing all that shit.
And just leveraging our connections that we've acquired up until now. But also with that being said, we've always talked about like bringing some sort of food onto this thing. So that's actually another thing that piques my interest of like, we can slide through to like a really poppin' food place and grab food and, you know what I'm saying? And go through it with that.
Yeah, pretty much what we want to do is just make it mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's, pretty much the basis. So, we're going to try to, get a few episodes popping pretty soon.
Throughout the summer.
Yeah,
throughout the summer, we want to
summer.
try and get some stuff together for you guys so that when it does come that we do leave the confines of Compound Chaku.
Casa de Chac.
Casa de Chac. We'll have some stuff already like prepared for you guys to drop. And then that will also give us time to start working on the next thing. But I mean, can't really go into details on it because there is like a lot of shit that we're thinking of doing and like some stuff that's in like kind of pre-production for other things. So some of the pods would tie into that. And so that's basically all that we can give you right there. Also an update on the website. I do plan on having that up and running for you guys sometime in June. I can't give you a set date. Sorry about that. But it's like I said, I'm in the middle of transitioning jobs myself. So once I get my employment locked down or whatnot, I'm gonna dive into that website and get that fully activated for us because that's gonna be a big part of this new adventure for us. Is we're gonna have that up because we gotta have like a what's it called like a home place for all of the content that we'll be putting out.
We just want to simplify it and have everything in one area so that way y'all don't have to like go to Instagram and then like click a link and then go to that link and then hit this. It's like you just pull it up and everything's there. Like whether you want merch, whether you want to share the show or you want links to like socials, like everything's there. So, and then that too, if we do decide to go nationwide with it, which is ultimately a goal, we'll be able to put like what cities we're going to.
Saucy boys on the road.
So yeah, just some things we're looking forward to.
Whoa. Hold on. Why does it look like there's a fucking ghost sitting next to you?
A ghost?
Like, yeah, it looks like white smokiness is like right next to you on the camera.
Yeah. Oh, it does.
Am I tripping?
Nah, you're not tripping. It's like a haze.
That's fucking crazy.
It's fucking creepy. And then the focus is on me. Yo, what the fuck?
That's fucking wild.
Or is it because of my laptop? Because it's open.
No.
No,
that's just your wall, you asshole. In the shadow. I didn't think that there was a fucking a divide right there. I'm sorry for the people listening right now. I was tripping out on the camera because it's the combination of the shadow and a divide, a separation between like couch pieces of the couch that we're sitting on that makes it look like like a fucking hazy smoke is just sitting next to Chaku. But
it could just be the focus also.
That's it.
But we're looking at a really small screen, so
yeah.
Oh, that kind of creeped me out.
Oh, my bad.
I was like, damn, nigga, I got a ghost sitting in my lap. This nigga just occupying space.
Just comfortable after all this time.
I know. Didn't even fuck with me or nothing. He's just
Fuck
like,
it.
man, this is nice. This couch is nice, Chaku.
I was going to turn off the AC on him this time, but fuck it. I'll just sit on the couch.
Yeah, he's just going to sit on the couch, fuck with Chaku's neck.
But that's what we got coming up for you guys. I hope you guys are excited as we are. It's going to be pretty cool to see what we can do outside of the confines of a studio or undisclosed location that Chaku resides in. But with that being said, I mean, speaking of the summer and everything, there is a lot of stuff coming up.
Got some things we're looking forward to.
We touched on some of this before a few months ago, but there are a bunch of festivals popping off. I know like Lollapalooza. What's the one in Tennessee?
Got I'm not too sure that one.
Fuck, I just
but
saw
I know
something about
there's a Governor's Ball, something in the water. Was Lollapalooza. fuck, what's the other one? Rolling Loud.
Rolling Loud.
They have one in Toronto and then one in fuck, I forgot where the other one's at. But there was a festival recently.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Sorry. I don't mean to.
Listening, we had to pull up the machines real quick.
We are right now trying to search these festivals because we are unprepared assholes, and we are apologize for that. That is something that we will work on going into the future. I promise you.
But damn, what was it? I see. And then when it comes to times like this, I always have like brain farts.
That's what it is.
Because like we see it all the time, we share it with each other, and then when it comes time to talk about it, it's like.
There was something that popped up on my Twitter like 5 times in a row of like 3 festivals that are about to happen, and I can't fucking find it now. It's always like that. Whenever you're not looking for it, it's always in your fucking face, and then whenever you're looking for it, it's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I don't have my phone on me neither, so I can't like look it up. Damn. Hold that thought.
My bad.
Go to
Bonnaroo. Fuck. Jesus, that's what I was trying to say. Bonnaroo in Manchester, Tennessee. So that's another music festival right there. What were you also about to say?
I was thinking about the recent festival. I mean, we got a lot of festivals that are coming up that are going to be really dope. I think the only ones that I'd really be looking forward to is probably Governor's Ball and Something in the Water. Yeah. I'm Rolling Loud. I forgot what city it's in because there's 2 that are coming up. It's like one in Toronto with some people, and then I forgot where the other one's at because Kanye's on that one. Not the one in Toronto, but the one.
I was gonna say. So the thing that I was thinking of, it's saying like Lollapalooza, Bonnaroo, and ACL, which of course ACL is in October, but I know that's getting a lot of waves because I think Red Hot Chili Peppers are headlining it.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be doing a show in I think Dallas before then. Mm-hmm. I was actually looking at trying to get tickets for that.
I fucks with that. I fucks with some Red Hot Chili Peppers.
But what's crazy is when I first looked up tickets, like for the section I was looking at, it was like 500. I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, I took too long to pull the trigger because I wanted to get something for me and my girl. But we're just trying to figure some things out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Was that the ghost or what?
Nah, it was someone was floating in my face. God damn, this show is just all over the place.
It is. But it's only 45 minutes tonight.
But we wanted to, just see like if we were available to go or whatever. So I was like, well, let me hold off on tickets. And I went back and looked at them, and them bitches like $1,500 now. Yeah. And then like that first row is like $5,000 or something stupid. And I was like, God damn.
Yeah, they're gonna wreck you at rock shows.
But you think about it too, it's just like Red Hot Chili Peppers are like older. So yeah. I think this might be
That's crazy to say that, but it's true.
Yeah. There was somebody else that I seen recently. What's his name? God damn, I keep burping. From Aerosmith, Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
That motherfucker look frail.
Yeah.
How old is he now?
He's got to be in his 70s.
Yeah, he's up there.
Easily
he's
with
up
that.
there, but I seen a video of him recently. He just looks fragile. Protect that man.
Protect him at all costs.
For real. But yeah, so nah, I think the main one that I really want to go to if I am able to make it is probably Something in the Water. That's one that because I always seen it. I'm a huge fan of Pharrell.
Yeah.
So
and the you sent me the set list. It's Tyler's on it. I'm there. Push is there. I'm there. Those are the ones that I'm like, yeah.
Pharrell's there. I'm there.
And it's like we discussed during South by season. It's like this is the first year post COVID where festivals are coming back, and it's like we're seeing the full effect of it now.
Yeah.
So it's like there's all these options out there, and it's just like, fuck, man. You really don't want to take it for granted, especially after everything we've gone through the last 2 years. And it's just like, man, that'd be pretty nice to see one of these. You know what I'm saying? If I did any one of them, it would probably more than likely be ACL because I don't think I can travel too much this summer.
Yeah. Especially starting a new position.
Yeah.
It's like, and that was another thing for me too. It's just like, I got so many events coming up and shit that I'm booked for that I'm not going to be able to like squeeze out. But damn, what was I gonna tell you? I forgot.
Uh-oh.
Damn, what was I gonna say?
Uh-oh.
God damn.
Oh, we're old guys. We're getting fucking old. It's hitting us.
Yeah.
That early onset dementia, man. Fuck.
I'm gonna have to start my bedtimes at like 9 p.m. This shit is not working.
God damn. Man.
Nah, but just trying to like squeeze out to those is something I want to do. But as much as I've been booked recently, and as much shit as I'm picking up, it's harder for me to like have me time. You know what I mean?
No more me time.
Yeah, I don't really get to like travel and shit like that. The only time I really travel is like for work.
Yeah.
I'm on a mission, y'all. I'm on a mission to there's just a lot of shit that I want to accomplish. People are like, why don't you take breaks? Because that sets me back. And then
here's the mission, people. We got to get Shaku out, not to work, but out to enjoy himself.
Yeah.
And that's the mission. We've got to do this.
It's hard for me to like go somewhere and enjoy myself. I feel like I'm a workaholic.
You are.
Like I can't relax. I gotta move. I feel like there's always something to be done. So it's when I'm not working on shit, it's like, oh, I could work on like this. I could do this, do this.
Let me learn a new skill.
For real. And I've been learning a lot of new and dope
Let me
shit.
learn equestrian. I got time.
If you see my black ass on a horse, you know what's up. You know what's up. Yeah, no, so I'm just on a mission to I got a lot of things I want to accomplish before my time is up here. So, yeah. We'll just leave it at that. I don't want to give too many details because I hate talking about shit that I'm doing and then somebody pops up and they're doing this shit and I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
So, like, perfect example was the fucking laptop stand that I was designing with all the USB hubs. Fucking somebody already came out with that shit.
Motherfuckers.
I could have done or pet mode on the Tesla. That was an idea of mine that I've had for the longest time.
Or like that one time where someone came to us and fucking pitched a TV show to us and all the ideas, and we basically worked out all the flaws and kinks, and the motherfucker just ran and made it himself.
We pitched a whole fucking like stream of shows for a network type thing, and then next thing you know, this nigga's releasing clips on the shit of him. Mind you,
that I still haven't seen, but it's whatever.
Mind you, the content wasn't good because the camera work was shitty, and the After Effects and the motion graphics and all that bullshit was garbage. So I mean, he took the idea, but he didn't really do well with it. So.
No, he didn't.
Which is unfortunate because I was really hype about that shit. And that's why I try not to get too excited about things because I'm like, I don't want to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to leave myself to disappointment.
It's because we weren't involved.
Yeah, that's
the way I like to think about it.
That shit is crazy, man. Like, niggas come and ask you for ideas all day and, like, y'all sit there and, like, shoot the shit and y'all spend hours on, developing something. And
we mean fucking hours.
Yeah.
This meeting started at like 2.
We was there till like 10 o'clock.
Yes. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous.
But that's happened on a few occasions. I've had a couple of people, so like film ideas and series ideas and like even podcast shit. Like I've talked to people about, certain things and like they run off with it. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, you just like blatantly stole that.
We gotta quit giving free game, man.
Like y'all didn't I have you on Instagram. Like I can see what you post.
From now on, if anyone does, we gotta type up. Once we take the pod mobile, we gotta type up like an NDA agreement or something.
This right here is the copyright for the shit that it's not an original thing. I mean, people have done this shit before, but
of course.
I mean, it's new to us.
But if we're dropping ideas, or if you come to us for ideas, or like think tanking and shit like that, and you take our ideas and just dip, then there's gonna be problems.
I'm gonna say this: if you listen to this podcast and then I see y'all niggas out at my gigs and shit doing a podcast while I'm working, I'm gonna be hot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna smack the mic out of your hand.
Yeah, fuck that shit, dog.
I'm kicking over your chili cheese fries and I'm fucking throwing your drink in your face.
Motherfucker.
Hopefully you have chili cheese fries. And I hope you're wearing a white shirt.
I'll mush the fries in your face.
Yeah. But nah, that's happened plenty of times where it's like I've had meetings with people, and there was even a company. I'm not gonna say no names, but there was a company that we worked for, and we were creating content and developing material, and we did it under like a probationary period, right?
Yeah.
Where it was just like to see, how things worked out and how things meshed, and everything was pretty efficient. And at the end of the day, once numbers started getting talked about compensation for these ideas and the time of work put in, they were like, okay. And then after that initial meeting, there was no other meetings after that, and they kept producing content and using every fucking thing that we did. Mind you, like they gave us like the like logos and shit like that, and pretty much just like the brand image, but they didn't, how they were doing it before versus how they did it when we started doing it, and then how they were doing it afterwards. Mind you, they didn't know how to work a camera well.
Yeah.
So the video quality was shit, and they didn't know how to do audio, so the audio quality was shit. But they pretty much just like took our template and
ran with
it, and then never compensated us for anything. And then that same person tried to add me to a group recently and sent me like a request to like come do some work. Not come do some work, but they like invited me to like a mixer or some shit. I was like, man, fuck y'all. No, I'm not doing that shit.
I know back during when I was in school, like my final semester, it was my second to last semester, my bad, not the final one. We in the marketing course that I took, my professor worked for Yeti coolers. And
I remember you telling me this.
And so the whole semester we had to develop a pitch to them of like to generate freshness, as she said, to the brand. And like we spent all this time like just developing all this shit. Of course, my group had soft coolers, so we were doing like all the market research and all that shit. And then like at the end of the semester, she was like, you're gonna present it to the marketing team at Yeti in Austin. Woo! Oh, sorry. This is a funny scene right here. Movie with the sound off, hall pass. It's the scene where he's jerking off in the van. But we, of course, like for our final exam, we all drove up to Yeti, went in there, and then like right when we were going in, like the professor was like, oh, sorry guys, before you go onto that iPad and you have to sign in at the front desk. And it's like, we have to track everybody who comes here. So you sign in, it makes you put your email address, and then you get an email on your email, and nobody checked it. But me being the older student, I like clicked on it, and I was like, you guys realize we just signed an NDA?
Yeah.
And everybody was just like, what? And I was like, yeah, it's right here. The NDA was in there with our signature on it. It was like, so anything we did was now theirs.
That's crazy.
If they decided to take any of our pitches or whatnot. Now, granted, I don't follow Yeti much, and I know exactly what my group did, but I haven't noticed any like changes to what Yeti's doing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they ever used the ideas or whatnot, but when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck? Like, yo, we just signed a fucking NDA. Our professor just like tricked us into signing one. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I feel like with certain things like that, whenever it comes for like, so like people that are like students of design, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's like graphic designers or shit like that. It's like these companies, they're like, oh, what school can we go to? And like have these niggas do all the work, and then and then we just like rebrand our shit, right?
Yeah.
So there was an instance, because I went to the Art Institute, and the graphic design students there and photography students, I think one of the classes, like they had a rep from HEB come in, and they were designing logos for, I think it was like their like dips. Mm-hmm. And one of the girls, she posted it on Facebook, and she was like, I did this project in like this year and this and this, and she's like, this is HEB's product that they just released, right? And this is like maybe like a year or maybe like a little bit like, after. I think she had already graduated because it was like their senior thing.
Yeah.
And so you look at the designs and they're almost exactly like identical. Like the only thing that was different was just the font on like the name of the dip. And I was like, what the fuck? And she was like, yeah. So I guess what it was is like they had that person come in, they all submitted like designs or whatever for like their final grade. And then yeah, they just straight up like ripped their shit. And I was like, what
Thank you.
the fuck?
This work is amazing.
Like at least like pay something. Like you HEB, bro. Like
Yeah.
you like shit, give me $1,000.
The conglomerate, the supermarket conglomerate in the state of Texas.
So if you're a graphic designer, don't sign no NDAs for like companies that are trying to get you to like, oh, let's test this out and see if because in my opinion, like I would just go about doing it. Like I would actually try to get paid versus. But when you're a student, like you don't think about those things. You're just like, oh my God, I get to design something for HEB. And it's like, it's this exciting thing. And then them niggas steal it and they're making all kinds of money off of your brand design. And you're just like, what the fuck?
Stupid fucking kid.
Yeah. So, yeah, just be careful with that. If you're in anything creative and you're dealing with like marketing and design and in branding.
They're going to try and get you.
Yeah, they'll try to get you. I mean, I don't feel like everybody's out to get you, but
most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
What is our count right now? What's the time?
We're at about 20 minutes.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So
all right. So
okay. So before we move on, festivals, right? So we're talking about festivals and like ones that we're excited for and want to go to, but there was one that just happened recently, and that was the Lovers and Friends.
Oh.
So I've been seeing so much shit posted about this fucking event, and they were saying it was pretty much like a shit show. It was like a fire fest almost.
A fire fest, but in Vegas.
So there were some people that they had different experiences. They said that it was like cool, but then a lot of them were saying that there was like no shade. Like motherfucking shoes was melting because it was so hot.
God damn.
People were dehydrated because they didn't bring enough water. And then like I guess at first, like the first show, they said that you couldn't bring like a hydro flask.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second show, they were like, well, fuck, because the first show they ran out of water like that first day. And it like the water that they had, they ran out of, or it was like the cans and they were hot.
Mm-hmm.
So people were just like, well, fuck. And then the second day they were like, now you can bring hydro flasks and make sure you put ice in them and like all this shit. And then this chick was saying like security at the door didn't even like check her shit. And then I guess there was like a scare. I don't know what, but I just been seeing all kinds of shit. And apparently somebody died.
God
at the
damn.
festival.
What?
Yeah, somebody died. I guess like one woman died on Saturday. Damn, she was only 22.
Damn.
That's crazy. Man, so when y'all go to these festivals, like y'all really gotta be careful. If y'all haven't been to one before, like y'all gotta really prepare yourself for that shit, especially during the summer. Cause it's so goddamn hot. And if you standing directly in the sun, you ain't got no like hat, no sunscreen, nothing. Like,
so that reminds me of something. Cause you know, and I'm pretty sure the listeners know how much I love a good documentary, you know, really good documentary about some good shit. There's a documentary on HBO Max right now that is all about Woodstock 1999. And basically because like popular media now or whatnot, we all like put Firefest as like the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
But like what it's saying is like Woodstock 99 was like 10 times worse than that. And then the Woodstock in 1969, which was the first one, was also fucking horrific, but it's glorified because of all the musical acts and shit that happened there. But someone got murdered there at the original Woodstock. But in Woodstock 99, shit like that was happening too, where like friends, surviving friends were like telling the story of their buddy who was like all day long, he just wanted to see fucking Metallica. And he ended up like hyperventilating and having like a heat stroke. He wasn't even in the mosh pit, but he was close. And he had like a heat stroke on the fairgrounds and just died. And everyone just kept dancing around him and shit. And they didn't fucking know it because of course it's 99. So not everybody has cell phones and it's a lot harder. And you got to think about this. This is a different time. This is a concert that drew like over 100,000 people. Yeah. And at some points in time, think about where you go somewhere like really crowded. And I know like there's a lot of people who listen to this who can't fathom a life without having their phone in their hand. But there was a time that if you got separated from your people, you couldn't just call them. You couldn't just text them and be like, yo, where you're at. You have to find the information booth and chill there until they decide, your party decides like, oh shit, Chaku's missing. We got to go find him.
Yeah, either that, like designate like a spot to meet.
Exactly.
Because it was like after we get out of school, it's like we all knew like where everybody was meeting up after. Like none of us had cell phones. Like we just all met at, you know, a certain time. Or like we're going to be here at, you know, 6:37. We're going to be there at 6:37.
And there's a bunch of shit, like there's a bunch of stories like that happen, not to mention the amount of like, what's it called? Unsolved sexual assaults, rapes and shit, because once again, they don't have cell phones at this time. So it's a fucking 100,000 people, a couple women, mainly drunk frat bros and shit, who are just walking around in like Fire Fest conditions where they're running out of food, they're running out of water and shit, and then they're gonna start wilding out. So motherfuckers are just bursting in the tents and doing fucked up shit. And so there's all these unaccounted stories of women, of sexual assault survivors from it too. But if it's definitely something you want to check out. I haven't forgot the name of it.
Which is wild because you look at it now, and I mean, even though it is like a little intense, depending on the artist or like the scale of it, it's nothing near what that shit was back in the day. Like it's a lot more organized.
So you think about like all the shit Travis Scott's been through since Astroworld. Like Woodstock 99 was like 100 times worse than that.
Yeah.
Of what happened. Like that's the year that Limp Bizkit got in trouble because the New York police said they incited a riot because during their show, it's because the show is cool. The documentary is cool because it breaks it down by timeline. So it's like the first night of the show, these were the acts. This is who capped it off. This is also the show where those iconic footages of DMX performing the Rough Riders anthem come from. So you remember when he passed away and they showed that set of him like on stage without the shirt on, but he was wearing like the overalls underneath it and shit and the Timbs. And he's doing a Rough Riders anthem and it's like a sea
and
of
that crowd is just like
that's Woodstock 99.
That's like could you imagine being around like that many fucking people?
I'm saying,
like, how many people like total confirmed like died?
I gotta look it up,
or at least like passed out, like had heat stroke and like all that shit.
I gotta look it up, but I know the number is pretty fucking high. But during that Limp Bizkit show, you could see the footage of them. I forgot what song they're doing. Oh, Break Stuff, which was the song of the day. And they start playing Break Stuff, and this is when they start tearing up the fucking barriers and shit. You see dudes crowd surfing on chunks of barrier and shit. And they're just like, he's like, you're inciting a riot. We got to arrest you motherfuckers.
That's crazy.
So,
but see, and it's wild to see how much shit like these artists get now.
Yes.
Where it's like, I mean, it's unfortunate that, you know, young people passed away but at the same time, it's just like, you got to know what you're getting into when you're going to these shows. Like not everybody is built to, you know, like, you know, be in that shit.
Yeah.
Like be around crowds. Because some people can't even be in, you know, decent sized crowds. Like some people have anxiety really bad and start like bugging out. And the next thing you know, it's like they hyperventilating and pass out. And then they getting stepped on because there's just like so many fucking people around you. It's like,
yeah. Especially in the world we live in now where you never can take anything lightly because some fucker can just shoot you randomly or whatnot. RIP to the people who died in Buffalo. But yeah, like I'm one of those people. I've never been like a big festival guy or a concert guy. And if I am a concert guy, I got to have like a spot where like I know where the X is at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For
but
sure.
I couldn't imagine being in a sea of fucking people like that. Like when I see that DMX clip or like the clip of Freddie Mercury at the Live Aid concert, and it's just like a literal sea of fucking people.
All you see is like heads and hands.
I'm just like, that's dope as shit to be the artist, but I could not imagine being in
there. Being in the crowd. But I mean, it's like that even when I DJ, right?
Yeah.
Because like it's cool being up on stage and like DJing and shit, but like when I go places, like I don't like being like on the floor, like around people, because it's just sometimes it's too much. Like maybe back in like my younger days when I was, you know, when I actually danced and shit, but it's like now it's like Nah, man, I just want to chill and sip on this drink.
But yeah, I think nowadays it's more under control. Of course, you got like multiple stages.
Yeah,
They they try and do like a lot of crowd breaking. Yeah, because they don't want it to be overwhelming.
And then that too, it's like they offer other things around there. So it's like you have like Travis Scott shit. It's like the carnival.
Mm-hmm.
There's like other tents and shit that you can go, buy merch and places to go eat and like all that stuff. Then, but like back then, it was just like you show up, you fucking camp. There's a big ass stage, like.
Yep.
Yeah, food, you better, like, if you didn't bring a cooler or, like, whatever the fuck, yeah, you're going to be hungry as shit. Whatever is there, because
I think, like, they were saying, like, they were trying to sell, like, hot dogs and pretzels, and, like, they were, like, ridiculously overpriced. So it was, like, $9 for a hot dog and shit. And then, like, I think they said, like, water was, like, $6 a bottle.
Yeah.
And it's, like, this is $99.
So imagine now.
And it's, like, it's a bunch of college students who typically don't have a lot of cash on them. And it's just like, what? So, of course, they're going to start raging out and going crazy. Oh, there we go. It's called Peace, Love, and Rage, Woodstock 99. That's the documentary. It's on HBO Max. So if you want to check that out, go ahead. It's pretty dope.
Okay. Well, speaking of pretzels and hot dogs, gonna hop into this food talk, baby.
Yes, sir.
So, what you got for that?
So, last night I cheated and we didn't make dinner last night. It got pretty late and I was gonna eat my leftovers, but my girl was like, "Girl, you're not making nothing." And I was like, "Fuck!" Like, really? Like, come on! I had leftovers for me. So I decided to try out Wingstop's hot lemon pepper, which is funny to me because every other wing establishment offers a hot lemon pepper.
Yeah, they've been doing it.
And Wingstop just did it. And I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
They're like, hey, world, we got this new thing. It's like, nah, man.
And it's not even a permanent fixture. It's a specialty item, which means it's there for a limited time.
You know what it was? Probably a bunch of workers there like, man, fuck that. I'm making lemon pepper hot.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, I guess we got to put it on the menu. Somebody call corporate.
You could do it. You could say, give me lemon pepper and toss them in Buffalo.
Yeah.
But they'll charge you extra.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But now I guess maybe they got too many people asking for it and they're just like, fuck it, we got to start doing it. But it's still just like, why the fuck did it take so long for y'all to put that on there, yo? Like, you know how much competition y'all got? And everybody that has that on the menu?
And then to make things even worse for them, it's like, yeah, Wingstop is good. But there's so many local spots here where the wings are fucking fire.
Superior, yeah.
And it's like the only reason we really hit up Wingstop is because y'all are open till midnight.
Yes. I'm gonna be real. That was it. It was super convenient.
Y'all are open late.
And I didn't feel like spending like $100 at Wayne's Wings.
Yeah.
Love Wayne's Wings. Them prices are fucking motherfucking up.
Yeah. I mean, but much deserved. I mean, because that nigga started out in the truck, and then now he has, I think, 2 locations.
Oh, yeah.
And, man, when I tell you, me and my girl went the other day, and...
Nigga, you went with me.
Yeah, we went. Sorry, bro. Sorry, dog.
You need to post yourself?
Nuh-uh. I hate you. I can't be doing that now. Like, I don't like posting shit no more because people be like, well, how come you didn't invite me? I say, I'll text you and I'll tell you, but I don't need... Because
you're not my girlfriend?
I don't need everybody in my inbox like, well, where's mine? You ever get that? Like, you post something, it's like, nice invite.
Nice invite.
I do that to people sometimes just because I know, like, it's funny, but, like, some people genuinely mean that shit. And I'm just like, no, like, nigga, we don't even hang out.
Like, bitch, you drink on my tab on the weekends. Like, I don't fucking know you.
Yeah. But, yeah, nah, so, I feel like that's the only reason why Wingstop is really popular around here because they stay open late.
Exactly.
Because if you had, like, Wing It or like Wayne's Wings, I'm pretty sure there's like a couple of other mom and pop spots around here that are like really dope. I haven't tried them yet, but those 2 are like my tops. Yeah. But yeah, man, the lemon pepper hot. But see, the crazy thing about Wayne's is like his combinations are fucking off the wall.
Yeah,
it's like and then like the funnel cake wing.
Oh.
I never would have thought.
I won't order the full 10. But you know how like you can get like a 3-pack?
Yeah.
I did that one time because I took my girl and her brother and I was like telling them, you got to try the funnel cake. It's it's the weirdest thing that works you've ever tried.
Yeah.
And like they both had it, and they're like, "This is fucking good." Like I wouldn't expect this to be good, but
I wouldn't eat a full like meal of those. But so the cool thing about it is whenever we first went, like when he opened that first spot, I took my dad because I was like, "Yo, like," because we never been to the store.
Yeah,
we like after rebar and shit, we go to the truck and get that. And so I would always tell my dad, I was like, "Yo, like this dude, like he's in his truck, he makes these wings," but I know my dad don't come out like that.
Yeah.
So. And then when he opened up the store, I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, I got to take my dad by there, right?" So I take my dad to Wayne's Wings, and I think it was his wife. She was running the cash register, and she's like, "All right, whatever you order, we got this special. We're gonna throw a funnel cake wing in there, like for free."
That was when it happened.
And they threw one in there, and my dad was like, "The fuck, a funnel cake wing? Like that's weird, whatever." And so we both ate that and like, all right, let's try this shit. So we both tried it at the same time. We're like, yo, this is actually really good. Yeah. My dad, he's like, yeah, those are good. My dad's were like nonchalant. He's like, those are good.
I love Wayne's because it's come from such humble beginnings of me buying a 10-piece after drinking at Rev Room and then sitting in my car and just ignoring a phone call from some girl that I had just met just to eat my wings and shit. But I remember like the night and I'm pretty sure he was showing it to everybody back then. But I remember when he created his hot lemon pepper, because when I went there, I was trying to order something, and I had been a regular at the time, and he was like, "Yo, I do a hot lemon pepper now." Yeah. He's like, "Do you want that?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah,
yeah."
And he chefed that shit up. And I remember like I think you were with me that night because I was standing in front of Rev Room, and this one girl was like, "Excuse me, can I have one of your wings?" It's like, all right, yeah, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But
every time I think about Wayne's Wings after like Rev Room or Rebar back in the day, I always think of the episode of Atlanta when he's like, "Y'all got the lemon pepper wet?"
Got the lemon pepper wet.
Yeah, he's like he only makes those for like the special joints. So when you talk about Wayne's, talking about I got the hot lemon
sauce
pepper.
On this.
Yeah. But nah, man, Wayne's back in the day, that shit. I mean.
But I'm happy for him now.
Fire.
I'm happy for him now because with the second location, it alleviates some of the traffic at the first one.
The first one.
So now where it used to be like you had to time it out, you had to get there at a certain time.
Yeah, you couldn't go like right at lunch because that should be out the door.
Now it's to the point where you can just walk in and you'll get food immediately. No wait time, no nothing. And it's great that he moved from his old first spot to that other one on Walls because there's so much more room in there. But yeah, man, I could spend an hour gushing about Wayne's Wings, but it ain't no secret why that man has won like best wings in Texas for like I think it's like 6 years in a row. It ain't no fucking secret. So if you ain't tried Wayne's Wings yet, you gotta try that.
Yeah, you gotta get on it. But nah, so back to the Wingstop fiasco.
Not a fiasco. It was just they were good. They were okay. They weren't great, but it was just like my thing was just like, why do y'all got these right now? Like, what took y'all so long? And then they offered another one. It's called lemon garlic, and it's just the garlic parmesan wings.
Yeah,
with like a hint of lemon, but you can't taste it.
It took y'all 9 years to do some different shit.
And I'm just like, and y'all have these are specialty. They're not mainstays. That makes no sense because nobody eats Atomic. You know what I'm saying? Like, who gives a fuck about Atomic?
Yeah, I really don't rock with it. The one closest to it, though, that mango habanero, I rock with that.
That's good.
I rock with that.
I used to like the Korean Q, spicy Korean
Q.
Yeah,
those are good, too.
Those were good.
But you think about it, man, like, as many people that are opening up, like, locations or, like, opening up the food trucks and they're coming out with these, like, crazy combinations of wings, like, how come Wingstop doesn't, introduce more? So I like what Torchy's does. It's not wings, but what Torchy's does is they have like the taco of the month. And so like they, make like their own specialty taco for like the month. And I mean, that'd be a dope concept for like wings. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like the wing of the month. And it's like some, but
I'll be honest. I don't like Torchy's.
Yeah.
I gotta go again. I've only had it one time and my experience wasn't that good.
It's not amazing. It's like it's just one of those things you like need to try.
There was one right behind my campus in Austin, and lo and behold, it eventually closed down like 3 months out later. Yeah. But I had eaten there. I forgot what I got. I think I got the fried chicken taco or whatever. And I don't know. It was just, it's like, what is that? Just like
I feel like
cutlet of fried chicken and mayo on my taco? That's fucking weird.
Yeah, nah, I feel like you got to get something that's more like taco-y, if that's even a thing. So like the Baja shrimp, that's like my go-to.
I don't like seafood.
Damn, see. Okay.
Try again.
I guess like I don't know, whatever taco of the month they got. They had like a chicken and waffle one time. That was pretty good.
Okay, I'll try that.
But I mean, with Torchy's, and then you have this new place called Velvet Taco. All it is just
oh yeah, I keep seeing that.
It's just white people making tacos.
Yeah, it is.
It's like some weird shit. And it's funny. Like now I think about that is like every time I go to like Torchy's now, I think of that episode of Atlanta where he's trying to get the rice, the jollof rice.
Oh yeah.
And that lady like goes with him to the restaurant.
Yeah, eats it with him, and then she opens
like,
the fucking truck and puts him out of business.
Yeah, she opens up the truck, but then she like does like this weird like infusion like like shit that like how like white people do whenever they open up food trucks,
ruining shit.
It's like, why the fuck you won't put raisins in a potato salad type shit. But yeah, so like every time I see like Velvet Taco, I think of that. But
Velvet Taco. I haven't been there yet.
It's all right. It's not bad. Like I said, I like trying different things, so I'm not opposed to it. And if something's like really like horrible, I just won't go there and I won't talk about it. But I mean, they're not bad spots. It's something to like experience.
I'm happy for you because for a while you weren't trying new things. You were in a nice little.
I was in a loop.
Yeah, and then you'd always get mad at me or be like, "Oh man, I need to go there," and I'd be like, "Dog, just go."
Well, no,
nothing's stopping you.
I do try different things, but it just. It gets I like recommendations.
Yeah.
Right? Like I see things and I could see something and I'm like, oh, that looks cool, but I'll probably never go there.
Yeah.
But if somebody was like, yo, like you need to go try this spot, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll go check it out. So I mean that's kind of what happened with Torchy's. I was just like, oh man, yeah, like I guess I'll try that out.
Well, I got one for you not to go to. There's a ramen place in the Rim called Bakudan. That place sucks dick.
Oh, I almost went one time.
That place sucks dick.
But it was like packed out.
That is, it's packed for no fucking reason.
It's not good?
No, it ain't. The food is trash. The ramen bowls are small compared to what I've had before. I'd rather go to Ito. I'd rather go to the best one to go to me is in Austin is Ramen Katsuya. And there's multiple locations. That's like the best one that I could think of. But yeah, Bakudan, big waste of money. Drink was trash. Me and my girl both got drinks there, and like I was just like, this a $15 drink? This sucks. Like this drink is ass, yo.
You know what? Well, I mean, you gotta look at the area too, though.
Yeah, but them people over there, it's like, oh my god,
this is great.
So much culture.
The Bakudan is amazing.
Bakudan. Yeah. Well, I think what really pissed me off was like they tried to seat us at like a high table. But they put like a divider at the end and they were like, this is your table for 2. Meanwhile, the party for like 12 is right next to us. And like, we were like, I was just like, really? Like, this is the best you can do? And I look over to the side and I was like, there's a table right there for 2, wide open. And you sat us right here at the edge of this table. And like, we're like scrunched in the corner because all these fucking people are right next to us. Like, that's dumb. And like the dude didn't want to move us out of his section because it's his section. Yeah. We were like, nah, how about you fucking move us, please?
Get that money.
Yeah. But it was trash. Bakudan sucks.
You know what spot we gotta go to? Again, is that one spot we went to in Austin.
Which one?
They had the soju in
yeah. So there's the High Wing. I think that was the name of it. There's that, but what I gotta get you to go to is you gotta go to Soulju with me. You got to go to Soulju with me and my girl.
I'm gonna try that out.
That's the one that's like, man, those wings are, I'm faithful to Wayne. I really am.
But these motherfuckers.
But there's something about Korean fried chicken that
I think it's a different oil.
I don't know. Them motherfuckers, they figured out the secret.
Because
I don't know how, but they did.
Whenever you go, so there's this one place in Tampa that I went with my sister, and they don't cook their chicken in regular oil. It's like I think it's like peanut oil or something. and so like the taste is, I don't know, it's weird. They people that fuck around, I hate the scene. I really hate the scene. This dude's dick is just like,
can y'all switch places?
right by his face. So many movies with dicks in them. It's weird. Look at it. Oh, if y'all haven't seen Hall Pass, oh my god, I'm glad the camera's right there. That shit just covered it. It's like right by us. Could you imagine being in that scene with a joint that close to your head?
Hell no.
Yo, fuck that. He's laying on his thigh, bro. Like I couldn't do that scene. I couldn't. Oh, my man's with the.
Yo, this is taking forever, dog.
God damn. I think that's probably like a scene with like the dick's been on the screen the longest.
That's way too fucking long.
Either that or like Bruno. Remember that movie?
I haven't seen it all the way through.
Swinging on the screen. That shit, and it's like Bruno. But yeah. Now what we was talking about? I got.
Ramen, Korean restaurants. You went to a place in Tampa.
Oh yeah, Tampa,
yeah.
the peanut oil.
Yeah.
So I don't know. People try. I don't know. They just these food genies. They know how to do their shit. So shout out to them.
For sure.
But shit. Moving on. God damn, it should be kicked. Oh, it's making me burp.
Yeah, I think that's why you don't like beer.
Yes, I don't. But moving forward, we're gonna jump into music corner real quick and then get up out of here. We just want to give a brief review of the Kendrick album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Goddamn, how you feel about it?
You can go first.
I thoroughly enjoyed the album from front to back. There was one song on there that was a little harsh to listen to, but other than that, everything was pretty fluid. It's weird because I see two sides of things, right? There's like the side of niggas that just want turn up music, and this is definitely not an album for you. There's a couple of songs on there that you could probably play in the club, but for the most part, this is like a sit and reflect type of. It is like a big ass like Kendrick Lamar like therapy session.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's definitely a therapy session.
Yeah. Cause this nigga, it took him 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years to work on his album.
It's definitely one for him. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I hate the beats. Love the messaging. Love the messaging behind it, and that's great because we need that variety. But it's not for me. It is not for me at all, and I'm out on it.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because I had a conversation with this guy the other day, Sunday, and he said, "Man, he's like that new Kendrick album is trash."
Yeah,
and I guess it really depends on. Like I
won't call it trash because it's not. It's not trash, but it's not for everybody.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
And that's the thing. Like we live in a culture now where something's it's either the greatest thing ever or it's garbage.
Yeah.
And it's like there's spectrums to this thing. It's great content. Mm-hmm. It has a great message, but I'm not looking for that right now. Yeah. And so that's why it's not for me. It's not something that I'm not gonna be playing this thing the rest of the year. Going on, you know what I'm saying?
I'd rather sell a brick.
Yeah, I need some ignorant shit in my life.
I'm on my Pusha T shit.
Pusha, please. I need some ignorant nigga music in my fucking life, man. That's what I'm looking for. And it's like, look, even with that being said, Kendrick always had conscious raps. It's just he's such a great lyricist that you didn't even like. It goes over the head of a lot of people that his shit is so conscious and deep. But this one is like, I don't know, like to me, the beats were what I couldn't connect with. There were a lot of tracks on here where I was like, yo, this beat is super fucking repetitive.
So I think what it is too is a lot of the production on it, it goes in line with like, I guess like the theme, right? So like that first song, like how it switches up, like there's a couple of songs where like the beat switches up and it's still like the same song.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay. But then there's some where like the beats are a little bit harder. And I was looking at like, so all the songs that I fuck with are produced by the people I thought they were produced by. And so I like those. And then all the other ones are just like, if I'm sitting at home and I'm cleaning or some shit, like I'll put that on. But it's not like a ride around like Windows Down.
Yeah,
like,
it's not making the Windows Down playlist, which is complete. I'm dropping that this weekend for you guys.
But you got to look at that too. It's just like the albums that Kendrick has put out since Damn? Damn's probably, so in my opinion, I'm going to say Good Kid, Mad City, and Damn are probably like my top two.
Yeah, and I saw a lot of people bringing up To Pimp a Butterfly after this one came out, saying they're like, oh, To Pimp a Butterfly is like the rapper's best Kendrick album, and then this should be your second, and then everything under that. And I was just like, I guess I'm not a rapper type of guy.
I'm gonna say this one is better than To Pimp a Butterfly, for sure. And then the Untitled Unmastered shit, I mean, yeah, I don't know. But Kendrick overall, like, Kendrick is a really amazing artist. Yeah. So it's cool to see like what he does creatively, as far as like the music videos and everything that he's done like aesthetically with this project is really dope. And then
what's the music video he just dropped?
N95.
Yeah. So that's why I sent you that thing about the tour. Yeah. Because I think this might be like I've explained before, I think this might have a Yeezus effect.
Yeah.
To where after people go see it on tour, they might appreciate it a lot more. Because I'll tell you what, N95, I didn't care for the song when I first heard it.
But then you seen the video.
But the video, I was like, oh, this is hard. And I was just, and that was like one effect of it where I was like, okay, I get that.
Yeah, I think that's what it really takes. Because I mean, even with like the Heart Part 5, it's like that's what really set the song off. I mean, the song was good by itself, but just seeing that video with it made it so much more.
Yeah,
it's like I won't listen to that song like by itself.
No,
but like if I'll watch the video. Like if I want to hear that song, I'll go back and watch the video. Like I won't put it on like Tidal or no shit like that. Yeah. But I mean, and then on top of that too, for that song, like the production was amazing on it, and then the sample was really dope. Like, yeah. But I mean, for me, it was a solid album, and I enjoyed it. But like I said, I'm not the normal listener, and I mean you're not either. But I understand where you're coming from as far as like content that you're looking for or music that you're looking for. Because at the end of the day, it's all like a vibe. But for me, I like to pick apart everything. So like I always dig to see like what samples came from where, or if it was even sampled, like who was producing on there, and then I'll go from there and I'll find like different elements in the track or like different parts of the song that I enjoy. And it's this whole thing for me. I'm a fucking music person.
Yeah, it's definitely a personal album, because of course it doesn't check like the things a typical album release would have.
Yeah.
Which is like one for the radio, one for the club, a couple tracks for the ladies, and things like that. Yeah, checking off all those markers and shit, and that's how you can tell. So that's why like anyone who just outright is like, oh, it's trash, I'm just like, all right, that's cool, but you probably like Lil Uzi Vert, so I'm not I'm not what I'm saying, I'm not taking your opinion on rap music really likely. One, I'm never gonna call an album trash, but you could say that the content's just not for you.
Yeah.
But don't slander the content, because the content's great. The content is great. The message is great. It has a lot of deep thought in it, and it's a lot deeper, and it's better and more thought-provoking content than most of these rappers can come up with.
Yeah.
But like I said, with that being said, it's just not for me. Yeah. And that's not a bad thing.
Yeah. You're entitled to your own opinion on shit.
We'll see. If I end up going to a Kendrick show, maybe I'll change my mind on it. But right now, I'm just like, I'm good right now.
It's like and then that too is just like, it depends on where you're at in your life.
Yeah.
Right. Because some people could really like resonate with it, and then other people are just like, this has no place in my life right now.
Yeah, exactly. So I can understand if you're in your early 20s and you just want to hear Lil Uzi Vert mumble and wail over some dumb shit in the same rhyme cadence as always. Yeah, sure, go ahead. That's for you. You know what I'm saying? You don't need direction or life right now. You need to make mistakes
Yeah.
so that you can find out what direction in life is. But I've made my mistakes and I know what my direction in life is, but it's not hitting me right now. Like I'm not feeling a connection to this stuff. That's just me.
So, but yeah, well, shit. On that note, we're gonna wrap up this episode. We will catch y'all next time, and we are gonna start working on that new shit for y'all ASAP. So, y'all be on the lookout for that. But yeah, hit us up on Instagram. Hit us up. Send us some shit. Send us some music. Send us some drink ideas. All the things.
We appreciate that. Bye, guys.
Peace.